Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarva dharma swarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. We were discussing the various planes of existence, samadhi sthitis. We went up to the forehead. When the mind ascends to the next plane in the forehead, between the eyebrows, he sees the form of Satchidananda. Satchidananda doesn't have form, but my intellect is still there to grasp it. It is not perception because mind senses are not there. It is not conception because mind is not there. Only intellect is it. It grasps. It identifies and desires to touch and embrace it. Just like we saw, the river has entered into the ocean and become ocean and not yet spread itself into the ocean. It is flowing inside the ocean. Still, the moment it's little ahead it goes, it becomes the ocean. So the individuality of it has left its name and form while entering into the ocean and still flowing inside the ocean as the river itself. Nobody can see, nobody can understand. It alone knows, I am still flowing. And then it slowly is expanding and spreading into the ocean, and that I is going away. Till the last that becomes ocean, the I remains in some way to perceive the ocean and experience the ocean. This experience of the ocean. It wants to become one. So this is that, trying to touch and embrace. But he is unable to do so. It is like the light in the lantern. What is making it is not able to do? Because it has come with great desire to experience the Brahman. The ocean has come running into the river, has come gushing into the ocean. It is not able to yet to be able to leave. It is pushing the ocean aside within the ocean and making its way passing through. It is not able to yet become one. It is maintained. The past momentum to see and experience is taking him further. In the lantern, it is like light in the lantern, which you can see but cannot touch because there is glass covering it. You feel as if you are touching the light, but the reality is you are not. The river is going, oh, I have become ocean. It feels like that, but still it is running inside. Here, because it is in lantern, the glass is there, the moth goes in, wants to enter into it. It goes on beating here, there. Like that, after entering the Satchidananda, it has not yet dissolved itself to become one with it. You feel as if you are touching the light, but reality you are not. When the mind reaches the seventh plane, the last, that is the door to the infinite, they reaches the seventh plane, then the ego vanishes completely. The river rushing is slowly expanding till the last, that little I am Ganga, will be there, and that also dissolves. That is entering into the seventh plane of consciousness. When it reaches the seventh plane, then the ego vanishes completely and the man goes into samadhi. Even otherwise, he is in samadhi only. The term here, samadhi, is used in its essential sense. Because the moment I leave the waking state and enter into sleep, I am not aware of the waking state. I have forgotten everything. I am sleepy. I have slept. I am not aware of the world. I am not aware of the body. But I have not got completely. I am just entering into sleep. My body awareness has gone away, but I have not become one, totally immersed in sleep. I am just entering. Anybody shouts, I immediately see. As I go deeper and deeper, I am completely got immersed in sleep. Anybody talking, shouting and all that, I don't hear or feel it a disturbance at all. This is samadhi. Sleep, the sleep, Gada Nidra, deep sleep. This deep sleep, Sri Ramakrishna is telling, in samadhi, after entering samadhi also, just like after entering into sleep also, you are not got established in sleep. Here, after entering into samadhi also, the whole thing is called samadhi. Leaving one plane of existence and entering into the other. Leaving one level of consciousness, entering into the other. Here we differentiate the chakras. So differentiation of chakra is just that differentiation. So I am entering into a state. From one department to the another department. Here, samadhi. This man goes into samadhi. Vijay. What does a man? This is the ultimate. When there is no duality, he himself has become the bliss absolute. He himself has become the ocean of Satchidananda. There is nothing else. After becoming one, there is nothing more to go. 10 are there, they go on merging in each other. Last it becomes one. Beyond one you cannot be anything else. It again starts splitting if you try to do anything there. So one is the ultimate. Advaita will tell the ultimate because there is nothing beyond oneness. So this is the ultimate human experience of the divine, to be divine. See, normally when we see also, man is searching for that bliss, ananda. He wants to be happy, he wants to enjoy. The joy seeking, the happiness seeking, he is seeking the unbroken bliss of the Atman. And then actually, he himself is bliss. He himself is bliss. But he is seeing in the external, searching in the external world for that the ananda, bliss. But here gets only pleasures, sense pleasures alone he gets. Because senses and mind alone are there which is perceiving this world. Sense pleasures, he runs from one to other, one flower to another to enjoy. But he thinks bliss may be available. Bliss is there because he is not able to see the ocean of bliss within. So he searches, he catches hold of everything. Then he is searching for Anand. Ultimately, no, not this, not this. Many lives he takes. He gets exhausted. Where is unbroken real joy and unbroken real peace? When he searches, starts beginning, then the spiritual life begins. The worldly life ends and the spiritual life begins. When the intense search for the eternal, unchanging starts seeking, then he sees, finally, ultimately, he sees he himself is bliss. Ananda Swarupa. He himself is bliss. Ananda Swarupa. I am Ananda. I am Ananda. This state is the seventh plane of existence, which you are searching all through lives after lives, is himself. You are searching for himself. What happens when the mind reaches the seventh plane? Cannot be described. Vijay is asking, what does a man see when he attains the knowledge of Brahman after reaching the seventh plane? Master, what happens when the mind reaches the seventh plane cannot be described. It cannot be described because there is no duality that can be described. Because one is when the river enters into ocean, what happened to the river you cannot say because ocean alone is there. And this ocean doesn't have any dimension. It is infinite. Infinite doesn't have a limit. Infinite, up to their infinite you cannot say. It's beyond space, beyond time. Infinite is beyond space and time. You cannot limit it. Infinite. Similarly, eternal. Eternal is always it is there. It was there, it is there forever. Time cannot limit it, is infinity. Space cannot limit it, is infinity. Space cannot limit is infinity. Time cannot limit is eternal. It is eternal, unchanging, ultimate reality, the Brahman. Then what to say? What happens? This is perceiver himself has dissolved. Thakur gives the best example when a salt doll entered into the ocean to see the depth. As it was going, it dissolved itself. Who is there to come back and give the information? Once the boat enters black waters, it's called Kala Samudra, ocean, it does not return. Nobody knows what happens to the boat after that. Therefore, the boat cannot give us any information about the ocean. It usually refers to in those days, a boat enters the black waters. It is not just mythological, but certain places when the boat moves in the ocean, it doesn't find its own existence, it dissolves. Like now we have the Bermuda Triangle and all that. Something like that. Some people have the opinion it enters into the fourth dimension. Length, breadth and height will disappear. Fourth dimension, when it enters, it cannot be perceived. Just like what happened to your talking in mobile. It cannot be any more perceived. Again, it manifests there. The same principle is used in yoga to have the siddhis. Now I am sitting here and I want you people not to see me. I am here, but none of you can see if I have got a particular siddhi, occult power, by which I exercise that occult power and you cannot see me. I am sitting here itself, you will not see me. That is done in the yoga. I meditate on air to become one with it. Air is there, but you cannot see. It's called Sanyama. Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. Dharana. I do dharana on the air. Then dhyana. When I do dhyana, I clearly start perceiving what is that air, how it will be. Slowly I become one with the air. I get all the qualities of the air and I become air. I am there, I can perceive everyone, nobody can perceive me. These are all occult powers. I can dissolve my body here and appear somewhere because all the Pancha Mahabhutas are already there. The material is there. This material I dissolve there I just like you pay in the bank and withdraw in ATM, ATM. Like that, you will you disappear and appear there. Same material is already there everywhere. The whole universe is made up of the same material, Pancha Mahabhutas. You can gather anywhere and build up that that requires lot of concentration and dedication, and it gives nothing. No fruit for that. Only entanglement. When Thakur tells one story, one person left home and went away. After 15-20 years, he came back. He said, I'm going for spiritual practices, and went away, disappeared. For many long time. Then all came running. They asked brothers and all, they had grown up, and they asked, what did you attain? What did you attain? You went for tapasya all these days. He said, look here, river was there. He started walking on the river to the other side. And they were wondering all, can you come back? He so started walking on the water and came back. Then one of them said, what else you have got? And this is the power I have got now. He said, I can give foreigners and go and come in a boat. For that you have to do so much of tapas for 20 years. Within one day I can earn 500 rupees, and I have to give only 5 rupees for going to the other side of the river and come back. That I could earn within 5-10 minutes of work. Doing all that, it fetches us nothing. It leaves us empty-handed. Last, I have to leave this body and go now. Old age comes. You have the power to walk, but you have not the power to stand up also when old age comes. You can walk on the water, but now you cannot stand up also. What walking? Old age comes. You cannot walk on the ground at that time, walking on the water. He has the powers, but he cannot use anywhere. So that boats go to some place and disappear, that they inform, they give that understanding. That just like Bermuda disappear in boats and where it went, what happened, if not, that is the reference. What happens we do not know. It goes, enters and disappears. Something to, is an example to give. It cannot be described. Once a boat enters black waters of the ocean, it does not return. Nobody knows what happens to the boat after that. Therefore, the boat cannot give us any information about the ocean. Once a salt doll went to, here is the exact example also. Once a salt doll went to measure the depth of the ocean. No sooner did it enter the water than it melted. Now, who could tell us how deep the ocean was? That which couldn't have told about the depth has melted. Reaching the seventh plane, the mind is annihilated. The individuality dissolves. The intellect dissolves. Mind, the only thing was there, intellect as myself. And that dissolves. Mind gets annihilated, means the intellect. The buddhi. Buddhi is said to be, these terms are used in Bengali and is actually translated as it is. Mon. Just like Westerners call soul. Other than body, everything is soul. We differentiate within the soul so many mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara, all this. And the self The pure self, the spiritual existence, is separated from the mind, intellect, buddhi, manas, the ahankara, chitta, memory, and ego. All these are differentiated. But when the Western language, we use one term, soul. Soul is what is independent of bodily existence, what backs and remains within. There the pure self is not included, the spiritual existence. Mind gets annihilated, man goes into samadhi. Man here is the individual conscious Chaitanya, Shuddha Chaitanya. That is Jivatman. Jivatman becomes Paramatman there. What feels then cannot be described in words. The I that makes one a worldly person and attaches one to woman and gold is the wicked I. One saint of Tamil Nadu, he prays, "O Lord, you have blessed me with this beautiful physical body of a human being. You have blessed me with all that I want in my life, a morsel of food, a small shelter to stay, and the holy company of these devotees you have blessed. See that this wretched mind of mine stays at your feet." The mind is such a thing. Everything God has given, but the mind is dwelling somewhere. This wicked mind, he says, this wretched mind, you bless this wretched mind that it stays at your feet. That it attaches to woman and gold is the wicked I. The intervention of this ego creates the difference between Jiva and Atman. This ego, because it cannot see, turn inward and see, it is attached. If it is not attached, it is moving about in the world, doing all its duty without involvement. It can turn anywhere, anytime and see its own. And it's a play. It is like in dream, you suddenly become awake and still the dream is continuing. It is a play. It is not no more dream. It's a play. I know it's everything false is going on. I will pull one man's ear. Nothing happens. Nothing is there. I cut off one person's ear. Nothing happens. Because when I wake up, that person itself was not there. That I am entering with waking state, I am entering into dream state. Then it is a play. All things is a play. I am making others play, and when I wake up, when the dream ends, the play also ends. My play also ends. Its own play also ends. Like that whole thing changes because that you are free. You move about freely, and then the moment you sit for meditation, no thought comes of the world because it is not attached to enjoyments and possessions. Two things mind gets attached is my possessions, my enjoyments. Just keeping a mobile in pocket is sufficient. It is keeping both woman and gold in pocket. Thakur used to say, Thakur would not have used the Kamini Kanchana term at one term he would have used mobile. So such is the power of this mobile. So that makes the person attached to his wicked I, the intervention of this ego that is attached to the world of enjoyments and world of possessions, of this ego creates a difference between Jiva and Atman. And not only creates a difference, it says I am body and there is no God. It cannot see. It cannot turn inward and see its own self, independent of body. Body itself, he thinks himself throughout his life. He can never perceive his own self, Atman. Though nature takes him every day to the Atman and brings him back in sleep, he can never know. While going there also, mother covers the eyes and takes him, brings out with covered eyes, and again lives in this world of duality. Water appears to be divided into two parts if one puts a stick across. There is a bucket of water or a vessel full of water, put a stick. It looks as if it is divided into two. In the fire ritual that we do, Homa, Havana, in that first offerings are offered by dividing two sticks we put on the oil, the ghee, which we are going to offer. It divides it into three, the Jiva, Jagat and Ishvara. So from right we take and put, from left we take and put. That is division, it is one. There are no three at all. Just like from prison, one side white light is entering, from the other side 7 colors are appearing. Entering is one color, passing out 7 colors. When you see from here, you are seeing 7 colors. But go nearer and nearer to prism, pass through the prism and see, come to the other side, it is one only. Seeing from the world, you see Jiva, Jagat and Ishvara. As long as you are body, Deha Bhava, as long as you are Deha Bhava, you will have these three, Jiva, Jagat and Ishvara. And as you go deeper and deeper, you see it is one. There was never three. In meditation also, you will slowly go inward. Last, when you enter into the chakra, you will see there were not three at all. Jiva, Jagat. I was not different from God. God was not different from the world. There were never three. Transcending the realm of time and space, you will see that was one. One was appearing as three, as the world and jivas in it. Water appears to be divided into 3 parts, stick on it. But in reality, there is only one water. It appears on account of the stick. Stick is there. My attachment to body is dividing the reality into Jiva, Jagat and Ishvara. Remove the layer that you have put on upon, limitation you have put upon, I am body. If you remove, immediately there is only one reality. It appears on account of the stick. This I is the stick. I is making the difference. I is stick. Remove the stick, there remains only one water as before. Put the stick, there are two divided, appearing as if. It is not actually two, but is appearing as two. And remove the stick, it is only one. What is this? This is ego. Ego is making it. Ego is making I am body, there is outside, inside, above, and all that. Dissolve that I am body. Ego dissolves. I am body also dissolves with ego. And there is one absolute existence. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.